Right now at 5:30, we're learning more about a man Lexington police say was behind a string of robberies. He faces more than just multiple robbery charges.
Also on WKYT this morning, a motorcycle crash in Lexington sent a man and a woman to UK hospital overnight.
And we're tracking breaking news out of Anderson County this morning after a crash has blocked a road there.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you and welcome in. It's Thursday, we're to May 14th.
Whoa.
May 14th, and we're glad you're with us on WKYT. If we go marching into the day, there you go.
You can't do that to us, Bill. You can't take us
Don't want to
back.
feel back. No, it was cold back then. Bill Bryant, Rebecca Smith with the latest news.
And let's not go forward too much because then it's going to be so hot. Right now it feels perfect outside, Micah.
It is good, Micah.
It really is. I mean, we start off in the 40s, 50s, which isn't all that bad. I know it's on the cool side, but it isn't all that bad because remember, 53 degrees is our average overnight low, and we're only at 51, so it's not too cool. We'll put it that way. Go toward the afternoon. That's when we really jump with those temperatures. It'll feel fantastic. It'll be much warmer, though. Starting off 46 there in Danville, Springfield, Willisburg, Mackville, my friends there over toward Washington County. It's a good feel this morning as we're sitting in upper 40s, lower 50s. Look, we're starting off cool, but I promise you this, you will not need a sweater. Don't even do it. Just brave it out for the next couple of hours because once that sun rises, we warm rapidly. 72 degrees there by noon and near 80 degrees by the afternoon. Much warmer conditions, and it gets even warmer as the days move along off towards your weekend, which means one thing, thunderstorms. I'll show you how that'll affect your plans coming up.
Okay, see you in just a few minutes.
It is a busy morning in the WKYT newsroom. We are tracking two breaking news alerts. The first is in Anderson County. That's where a busy road is shut down because of a crash.
Right. WKYT's Victor Puente live at that scene now. Victor, let's check it out. What are you seeing at the moment?
Well, there is metal everywhere in the yard behind me, on the road behind me, pieces of that truck, and also the metal that it was hauling. Now, at least one lane of 151 here in Anderson County has been closed since around midnight. State police say that's when this semi went off the road, hitting a tree. You can see crews are still working to haul away that truck. Police say the driver was flown to UK hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The cab of that truck was destroyed in the crash. His trailer was full of pieces of aluminum. Police say that metal shot forward when he hit that tree, coming out of the trailer into the back of the cab. It also spread across this yard. Now, cleaning up all of this debris is expected to take a while. Now, that truck came to a stop within a few feet of the home behind me, but police say no one else was injured. Live in Anderson County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
All right, Victor, thank you. Another breaking news alert this morning. WKYT has just learned that two men wanted in connection to a Clark County murder have been captured. The Franklin County, Ohio jail is confirming that Christopher Coleman and Kirk Garrett are in their facility. They were booked there just a short time ago. They were wanted in the death of Roy Combs. Columbus police got information from Kentucky State Police that the men were in the city there. The SWAT team went out and caught the two men just before midnight. We're continuing to make calls to learn more about how the two men were captured. We'll bring you those updates as soon as we get the information. But again, two more arrests in that murder case.
Well, new this morning, two people were rushed to the hospital after a crash in Lexington. Emergency crews tell us a car was trying to turn onto East New Circle from Alumni Drive just before midnight when it sideswiped a motorcycle. A man and woman riding on that motorcycle both had to go to a UK hospital. While crews were not able to tell us exactly what their injuries were, they did tell us the woman could have a leg injury. Crews told us alcohol did not play a role in the crash. Well, we are learning new information about a Lexington man arrested for a string of robberies in the city.
And Lexington police arrested 35-year-old Edward Hale Jr. yesterday afternoon. He is charged with multiple counts of robbery and also with witness intimidation. WKYT's Mark Barber is live at District Court with a look at what we've learned overnight. This new information from an arrest citation that Mark has been looking over. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill. We have been going through those court records this morning, and we have found that not only is Edward Hale charged in more than a dozen robbery cases, he's also accused of beating a witness in a murder case. We picked up an arrest warrant this morning that states that Hale and two other people threatened to kill a woman last month because she is a witness in a November shooting death. Police say that the suspect in that case, Martavius Bell Jr., shot and killed 51-year-old Stacy Lilly. The warrant states that on April 9th, the witness's attackers stopped her on 7th Street and asked her if she'd visited Bell in jail yet. Then, court documents say that Hale dragged the woman and hit her in the head and body. According to the warrant, Hale also implied that she would be killed because she was involved in the case. Hale is also a serial robbery suspect, facing 15 first-degree robbery charges. According to court records, Hale robbed gas stations and restaurants across the city from January 21st through April 17th. Police say that the 35-year-old had help in many cases. We're told he worked with another man, Darnell Thomas Jr. Thomas was arrested in March. Investigators say tips led them to arrest Hale yesterday. Now, court clerks tell me that Hale will be arraigned here in district court later this afternoon on 7 of the charges of robbery and intimidating a witness. Those clerks tell me that he will also appear in circuit court next week on the remaining robbery charges. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, thank you so much, Mark. We are learning more about that deadly Amtrak train crash in Philadelphia that killed at least 7 people.
Federal investigators now focusing on the train's engineer, Brandon Bostian. They say the train was going about 100 miles per hour, and that is twice the legal speed limit in that curve when it crashed. Passengers think Bostian was trying to make up for lost time since the train departed late. It was headed from Washington, D.C. to New York City. Officials say some people on board are still unaccounted for.
Well, new this morning, Lincoln County deputies tell us they're investigating a suspicious fire. This started around 9:30 last night at a home off Highway 150 East. Deputies tell us no one was living in the home and no one was hurt. However, they say the fire was suspicious and they plan to call out an arson investigator with state police. They tell us they had a report a couple months ago of some folks making meth at the home. The home was just destroyed by the flames.
We're learning more this morning about a murder-suicide in Hardin County that left an 11-year-old girl and her father dead. A close family friend says Tasha Jonas's mother, Karina, was on the phone with her daughter when she was shot and killed by her father, John Jonas. State troopers say the girl and her father were found in their Vine Grove home near Fort Knox. John served as an Army lieutenant colonel there. The family friend says Tasha's mother was too devastated to speak on camera.
Found her last night, curled up in the bed, hugging Tasha's clothes. As that's all she unfortunately has left of her child.
The friend says Tasha was caught in the middle of a, quote, ugly custody battle. She says the family had a custody hearing scheduled for August in Suffolk, Virginia. By that time, Tasha would have been 12 and would have been allowed to choose who she wanted to live with. Police have not yet confirmed a motive for the shooting.
Well, new this morning, we are told a man was rushed to the hospital after being stabbed in Letcher County. First responders say this happened late last night on Shays Fork Road in the McRoberts community. They did not say how badly the man was hurt. We're also told a woman was involved, but not sure if she was injured as well.
A race for the White House is heating up, and you may be wondering what Kentucky voters think about Senator Rand Paul's run for the White House. Newly released results in the WKYT Herald Leader Bluegrass Poll give us some insight on that. The poll found 26% of expected Republican voters in Kentucky would vote for him in the primary. Mike Huckabee and Jeb Bush are a distant second and third, and 8% are still unsure. Now, if Senator Paul ends up running against Hillary Clinton for president, if they're each their party's nominees, Kentucky voters are divided. The poll would have each at 45% of the vote. For complete Bluegrass Poll results, including the governor's race and interactive graphics for you to check out, just go to WKYT.com.
Well, later this morning, a new crop of hemp will be planted in Lexington. UK's College of Agriculture planting that crop for research projects at Spindletop Research Farm. Almost 1,800 acres of hemp will be planted this year in Kentucky. That's up from 33 acres last year. Processors are looking to turn the once banned crop into products. Well, there's a lot of buzz surrounding a Lexington man's home. That's because he's rescued and keeping thousands and thousands of bees. Greg Decker keeps the bees on the roof of his garage. He says he's trying to sustain the bee population in Lexington. He removes the bees from hives he finds in homes around the area. Just yesterday, he removed 30,000 bees from a historic home in Clark County.
So this morning we went to this 200-year-old historic home in Clark County where the bees had made their way in through a joint in the brick.
Well, we have bees.
Well, Decker urges folks not to use spray on bees because they're important to the environment. Of course, the bees are. He also says not to remove their hives properly. If you don't do that, that can actually cause some major issues.
A Michigan girl battling health issues is living a dream in Kentucky this week. 11-year-old Mary suffers from a metabolic disease and has had extensive treatments for it. She's always wanted to become a horse trainer, so the MakeAWish organization has stepped in to make that dream a reality. The organization brought Mary to Central Kentucky this week so that she could spend some time with horses and learn how to take care of them. She even got to ride horses at Maple Crest Farm in Scott County. Mary went to Keeneland yesterday morning, where she saw morning workouts, got a special tour, and had breakfast in the track kitchen. Well, that's just a wonderful opportunity for her.
That is so awesome.
Good
for
that
her.
she could do it here in Central Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know, horse country.
That's so cool.
The time this morning is 5:41. Let's check live drive traffic and see what's going on out there.
Nicholasville and Shady Lane looking pretty good this morning.
No reports of any early issues, and we'll keep you informed as the day goes along. A lot more news coming up Thursday on WKYT This Morning.
So how do you get your toddler to quit throwing a tantrum? One mom had a pretty inventive way to get her daughter to calm down. We'll show you her tantrum lip sync right after Micah's first alert weather.
And we're looking outside, 51 degrees at this moment in Frankfort. Now, we'll get into the afternoon. It gets much warmer, and then we'll start to see some thunderstorms in the forecast towards your weekend. Show you all that coming up next.